Hello! GSZ Titan, us chatters desired yesterday. Spent a little bit thinking about my list. This is where I got to. For now, of course. It's basically maining is just the same GSZ. I did add Sakura-Tribe Elder. Mostly for post-sport games. It could be better as a sideboard card. But against Maguses, I'll try to rely on Roxanne. So getting more access to the forest. I think it makes sense to go do it through Sakura-Tribe Elder rather than GSZ or anything. We've got Insidious Fungus as the Rexage one, which seems the least bad to draw normally.
Control player.
Titan is
Collector
cooking.
Ouphe, which seems good against Moxopal decks. Worth having. 5 copies for 3 mana. Spore Frog, which is basically the One Ring protection on his so-called stick. One challenging thing could be getting Delirium in this deck actually. For the Woodland. But we'll see. Dismember for Twin. Vengeance for energy, that still is there. Endurance we can also fetch with GSZ. Endurance is normally really bad in Amulet, but whatever. Oh, right on time. Green Sun's Zenith, you say. In Amulet Titan. Pay green and X to search my library for a green creature card with mana value X or less. The card looks not too exciting in my hand. Seachrome Coast into Preordain. Alright, buddy. Is that a Mox Opal deck? Esper.
He's a phenomenal control player.
Underground River. Bounce land and we win. Yeah. No bounce land and we lose. Sometimes, Jack, thank you very much for the sub. Bro, they just two-tort and they're not killing me yet? What is going on? Try to watch this, it's gonna be incredible. Well, maybe villain will counter and then it's not gonna be incredible. But there is a Sakura-Tribe Elder in my deck. Who with triple amulet can get me 3 green mana to summon a Titan. Dawaj kurwa leszczu, no. Resolve us or not. Let's go. palm oil consumer. This only has palm oil in it if it's there was palm oil in the chocolate, white chocolate it was used to create it, as it is leftover pistachio homemade cream, I guess. That's left over after Julia baked pączkis with it. What a name. Das ist Oracle. Wouldn't be surprised if Twin simply just isn't good anymore. Bro, it's not good. It's clear. Nothing to be surprised about. Snow new cards ad nauseum. It's funny, I haven't played against it in such a long time. This person is like, holy shit, they bound you one ring. Let me pull out my ad nauseum deck. No jakie kurwa smak, już personalnie sobie tutaj jakiś wyobrażasz coś. Chujowy jest, no tyle, proste. Nie spinaj się, ziomuś. Collector Ouphe useful against my opponent's artifact mana. Oh yeah, bubble. Greed, maybe. Not really. Force, nah. Insidious Fungus. I think we can skip Insidious Fungus. I think I'll cut the Sakura-Tribe Elder, even though his performance in this match was incredible. Endurance bad, indeed. It can break the combo, but seems not so good. Alright, let's play Endurance for hard testing though. How happy are you with GSZ? I am the happiest I've ever been, chat. Card is so good. You imagine your best monster and then you pay one more than you would have otherwise if you would simply drew it. How could you not be giga happy about that? And it adds no extra dimensionality to your deck whatsoever, it just finds the monsters that are already there. So good. And then if your opponent is playing an artifact deck, you just pay 3 mana and you get your Collector Ouphe. And what are they going to do about it? Let's go to 5, I think. Let's go GSZ.
He's a phenomenal control player.
Tighten up.
I have to put back 2 cards. Seems rough. There's not much I can do with those GSZs. They're pretty bad in opening hand. But Sylvan Vestige from Max Greed. Why is that Max Greed? Crumbling Vestige into Arbor, bro. Yeah, that qualifies as not much in my view. Can we really afford to play only 30 lands? Bro, 30 is so many. 31. You can afford to play however many lands you want, just free yourself off those shackles. Vigor bounce on GSZ for Grazer. And in that situation I have sure buddy. Let's do the thing. Oh, the GSZ can get the Ouphe, of course. I guess that's what I'm gonna do this game. Why no caverns in 75? Bro, because that card actually sucks in Titan. Nothing new though. It's kind of been the case for thousands of years. What about Boseiju who should resolve to make GSZ uncounterable? Question mark. What about it? Seems 10 times worse than Cavern of Souls. There's more monster cards in this deck than there are Green Sun Zenith's cards. It makes no colored mana, enters tapped, and it shocks you every time you tap it. So it seems to have roughly 1, 2, 3, 4 tapped shocks, less, colorless. 4 distinct downsides that are all just much worse. Legendary as well, also a downside. Sometimes you would have the land in Vezua. So there is no upside over a cavern whatsoever. Yeah, I guess it's pretty clear after a second of thinking. How are you liking the new modern format? It's good, but Titan is an unplayable deck, which is a bit rough if you are a Titan fan, but if you are a fan of Magic the Gathering in general, then that's no issue. Took my amulet. Wow. Clean GSZing for a Dryad Arbor was actually really bad. Should have played an amulet. Sounds so much better. Why is Titan unplayable? Because they banned the best card in the deck. Well, it's not unplayable, but it's way weaker. Is Lantern better than Titan at the moment? Very well, could be the case, honestly. Slaughter Pact. Classic. The Amulet deck is actually pretty horrible at mulliganing. The Onion Ring mitigated that significantly. But it's really rough to mull now. Unfortunately, I don't think there's anything relevant in my deck to find. Besides T-West, Growth Chamber, try to Dryad, Valakut next turn. That's pretty relevant. Picked up maybe Gruul Turf. But it's fine still. Maybe we should move to 4 Mikos in Gardens build and lose the Analyst package. Why? The Analyst is great. Well, I guess why is to include 4 Mikos in Gardens. But I would need to think about it. If it actually accomplishes something I would want. Go turbo, no regrets. Go turbo. I think there is also a chance that Green Sun Zenith actually is no good at all. Then you can just free the slots, not playing that card. We'll see, maybe. We'll see how I feel upon playing this prelim. Co tam robisz, wariacie? Biała mana 4. Otawara ma Titanos. No. Would be good if not do, okay. But that's, I mean, that's sure. Next turn I win, still. 6/6 attack for 2. If only you had played Amulet turn 1, that would have been slightly better, yeah. I guess you can also play less than 4 GSZ. I think Grixis Hollow 1 with Frog is the best deck right now. Very well could be. Reveals ad nauseam. We exile an Oracle, 2 Oracles, 3 Oracles. Canister wins. Incredible deck. We have Orim's Chant. They just exiled their everything. They couldn't win anymore. I think Boros Energy with no new cards is the best deck right now. Very fair. But thinking about Green Sun's, like the way I like to evaluate cards and what I think is useful to evaluate cards in decks is thinking, alright, is this card good in my opening hand? I think GSZ is most often not gonna be a card I'm excited to see in my opening hand and an Amulet hand. It's a good top deck. It's not a card I actually want to draw in my opening hand. Typically you draw more cards in your opening hand than your top deck. Summoner Spunked you wouldn't want in opening hand then either. Yeah, I agree. In general I don't. I'm comparing it to what was lost, which was the Onion Ring, which was actually incredible in your opening hand most of the time. In that Amulet just lacks something like that. Explore is a card I would love to have in my opening hands. Maybe I just play for Explore and no GSZ. Honestly, I guess I solved it. Yeah, ignore the Unban and like play what I plan to. It's also a way. The defining aspect of GSZ is its shuffling into the deck. That meant as the game went on, you kept redrawing it. Do you want to keep drawing it again and again? I think that's an extremely marginal and fairly unimportant part of the card, but maybe I'm wrong. It's the part that made it good. Okay. Well, I don't want the game to go long enough after I cast a GSZ. I want to cast it and then win. If I GSZ for a Titan, I expect there not to be many draw steps where I did reshuffled back into my deck so I can draw it and win. Bro, they just unbound their own card. They should have went with Summer Bloom. Huge waste. Should be turn 2. Unban Exploration. Exploration would be probably better than Summer Bloom, so that's fair. Who are we fighting with GSZ? Take a guess. Starts with T and ends with Itan. Oh, you mean in this game or in general? I guess. Is GSZ a significant upgrade? I find GSZ a non-significant upgrade now. March of Order. Do I want to play Mirrorpool? Maybe I want to surveil this turn. In what way would surveilling be better? Is there no room for Explore and GSZ? Well, if I play less than 4 GSZ, I can play more Explores and 2 or 3 GSZ. Seems tough to fit a playset of both. I would require the 64 card maneuver. Pointless playing ad nauseum, yes. Let's play the Saga. You can get Colossus next turn. I guess with one card in hand.
He's a phenomenal control player.
New all ad nauseum meta. Agreed. No Azusa. I have Dryad. Dryad is Azusa. For Azusa to be relevant to GSZ on the current turn, it's just pretty low odds. And I find Azusa not really exciting to draw. Probably better in my graveyards. Bevo Palto, thank you very much for your Prime sub. Maybe I could have played Lotus Field, then this put Mirrorpool into play, then Titan. So I have to get Mr. Beast now. Which could whiff. Don't you think GSZ shuffling effect is bad against Causes Trickster? I do think so, yeah. Are we getting our Orim chanted? Maybe they are thinking if they want spoils for Orim's chant. Holy shit, Merfolk hard counters Titan even more. Yeah, it's just too much. Green Suns, Zenith. Alright. Mr. Beast, save me. 8 mana 1/1. It's crazy how 10 years later Merfolk is still the best deck in Modern. It is crazy. Holy shit. If this is what passes for saving nowadays. Nice combo deck you have, thanks. Sometimes you whiff when you draw your tutor targets. That was the case now. Although you could have played around it a bit. I probably should have. White, white, white. Orim's chant. Okay. They had Orim's chant anyways. Lotus Field should bounce 2 lines instead of sacking 2. That is so true. This hand seems excellent. Should I put Saga into play already? I think you can play a bit slower. Yetmers. I think Yunhne used to play creativity bunch. This seems like a creativity start. Oh no, Mirrorpool in hand, we're gonna lose again. Mirrorpool in play is fine, Mirrorpool in hand is the disaster scenario. So if it's in play, it's fine. Careful not to bounce Mirrorpool. Thank you for your advice. Teatr. on top. Pick up Scalding Tarn. Could play 6 mana Lumra. It's good if my opponent bounces it. Can make a construct. Bounces with reprieve, I mean. It's kind of bad if my opponent let it resolve and it sucks. I think it's best to play it because I can't play 2 things next turn. Get a Valakut. It enters untapped. Let's fucking go, Lumra. We do have Lumra Mirrorpool, so next turn we get to just win. Incredible stuff. I mean, you're laughing, but I am in a position where I can't lose the game, so honestly, I think it's a pretty good position. It's spelunking because then if I hit a land, I get to do 2 things on this turn.
He's a
Bounce
phenomenal
another.
control player.
Saga. Sure. Let's employ the alternative plan then. Rumble Tops, thank you very much for your Prime sub. Appreciate your support.
He's a phenomenal
The
control
real
player.
Vagano. One, two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I mean, it's not super great, but can do this. And I have a green up for a binding. Maybe we can hit some extra mana. We are spelunking with Gruul Turf Summoner's Pact. Okay. Copy Turf. Now we win. I mean, it was pretty clear for a while now, but now we win even harder. Exclamation mark Summer Bloom. Yeah, Summer Bloom. Summer Bloom should have been one to be left off the ban list. Honestly, maybe it should, I guess. Or not Summer Bloom, but specifically, but they wanted to unban the iconic cards. And I think GSZ, well, GSZ being banned in Modern from the start is not iconic at all with regards to Modern, it just never existed there. And 5 years from now, the One Ring will be an iconic card, yeah. Can't wait.
He's a phenomenal control player.
But you know, Pod is iconic, right? For example. Of the Unbans, GSZ is the only one I am worried about, and this is exactly why. Why? Wait, that's exactly what why? I guarantee to you that there is nothing to be worried about GSZ. In general, the broken cards in Magic are the ones that partake in your nut draws. GSZ is a card that never partakes in your nut draw. It's always gonna be a card you actually rather not draw, you just rather draw the to the target itself, right? GSZ is copies 5, 6, 7, 8 of cards, etc. Yeah, exactly. It's like Preordain, yeah. Like the consistency cards are like they can be broken when the rate is too strong, etc. But inherently, those are the cards you'd prefer not to draw, actually. Also, I try to look for green monsters, and it's been tough. Discard Orange Chan, what's that? Archon? Oh no, my land is gonna die because the creature. Ah, just a Leyline Bonding, okay. Oh, that's a good draw. Why not Grazer? Oh, maybe Grazer better. Yeah, Bojuka Bog, no. I can go to Yemen. That might have been the best ring deck TBF. I'm sure it was. Like, no contest, really. Floated wrong mana. No, ring was better than Eldrazi. Sure, buddy, sure. Leaps on Lotus and Shifting is 8 mana. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh well. Guess we're gonna settle for this. The only deck ring was better in was maybe the Orim's Chant Pile. The deck literally doesn't work anymore without the ring. Sure, but like it's a control deck, so I don't call it a deck because it has no personality anyways. Even Twiddle Lotus was better use of ring than Amulet. Sure. I mean, this is arguing for the sake of arguing, but Titan was the best deck. Or rather, Ring was incredible for Titan. That's just best or not best, doesn't really matter, right? Because in Titan, you tied the hands with not enough lands, with hands with too many lands, and it all made sense with Ring. Flooded, Ring will draw towards your payoff card. Screwed, Ring is cheap enough to draw your cards so that you can hit your mana to play your payoff. How does Titan get haste? You fetch a land that gives haste. Hanweir Battlements. Fotsis. And Fotsising Self. Fable, Orange Chant Fable. Nice deck, bro. On the play, yeah, sure. Have I played much Refantasia? What's that? I guess I have not. So it's not an Explorer. Scalding Tarn. Feels like Scalding Tarn is what most of my opponents deploy. One of these songs was from the game, then it was requested by just a viewer who probably played that game, but I have no familiarity with it. Keeps on top. Is villain twinning. Manamorphose. Is villain phoenixing. Damage, Arclight Phoenix. No surgical extraction on my Titan. Dodge the bullet here. Truly. GSZ looking horrible. I think. Maybe not so bad, I get a Grazer. Genera Ring was so clearly better. Not even a question. I really liked playing a Fungus to GSZ for. Look into my sideboard. There is a Fungus here. A Fungi. Should I play the Analyst? I think it's actually bad. Spore Frog seems like a fun addition. What would you side it in for? Decks that attack my life total monsters heavily. So I guess I would do it against Boros Energy, but probably it would not actually be particularly good. Hollow One. Those decks. Damn, Ilysian is kind of cool. But 4 spells is a tough ask. Yeah, they don't even get to return it now. Ooh. Demolish is actually not cool. It's the worst card ever. Cancer wins. Well, I don't know if I would win this game necessarily right now. And by I don't know, I mean I wouldn't. But it's good. Guess I'll bog an Endurance, given my opponent's graveyard theming. Hopefully no Harbingers. I mean, a Phoenix deck for sure has Moon. Just which, right? A looting deck? Probably the actual Moon, not the Harbinger. But they had a Mountain in their graveyard. Who knows? Boarding Roxanne sounds horrible. But let's hedge. Pass, Splunking. Gain 4. This is a Giga Keep. Meltdown. Interesting. You're gonna suck a land to get a Phoenix into play? Wow. Dedication. This deck kinda does nothing on the draws without the Amulet on 1. Well, I mean, I kept shit hands, but I was like, yeah, I guess you can roll with it. It's a turn 4 win. I don't know if that's necessarily fair to call nothing, but that's what you think. Enduro. Raiola. They're holding up mana, we can try to do fun stuff with Enduro. Oh, I should have bounced the district. Como does nothing until it wins in 1 turn, yeah. Force of negation, yeah, let's go. Holy shit, force. I guess I have GSZ. Let's bounce the TOS actually. Endurance, the anti-Phoenix. Into the Floodmaw. Okay. No treasure cruise for you. After I clear your graveyard. How's it? Okay. Cool. Was casting Colossus last turn too risky? Probably not too risky. But I didn't know what to expect, so I decided against it. I think Lumra first and Mr. Beast. Mirror's Vesuva, Boseiju, Gruul Turf, and Primeval Titan. 3 out of 4 hits. Passable by default. Should I GSZ for a Dryad Arbor? It doesn't really speed me up. I can still turn 3 Titan if I don't do that, so seems like there's no point. Because I will still play Splunking next turn. Grove Shaman to play have 4 mana, then 5-6 from the Vestige. So I can save Zenith as an extra threat if Titan gets answered somehow. Glimpse the impossible. It's just Storm. Medallion rybny. Have been on the play, bro. Bro canister. Any new funny hate enabled by GSZ? Collector Ouphe? Or Graveyard Hate? That's the only thing you can get in green. Dobra, no już nie chce mi się udawać. Ships passing in the night. Is there any chance to play Blue-Red Kurczak? People do. I played against two Phoenix decks so far. Maybe there are some 5-0s already, but they look pretty bad, so honestly maybe not. Is it Phoenix? Modern League 5-0. DRC. Phoenix. Demolish. Ooh, Highway Robbery. This does look kinda sus. So they spike deck. Makes sense. Green Sun Zenith seems pretty detrimental against Storm. I guess same as Ring. Maybe not quite damaging, but just bad. I think I should bot it out. Highway Robbery to discard your Kurczaks instead of Sacking Frog. Yeah, but then once you play Psychic Frog, your deck just quickly becomes too good and you can't Phoenix. So it's a slippery slope, you end up cutting Phoenix from your deck. Ale Grażyna wymiata po tym kurwa banie. Najlepsza karta. Pierdolona karta, najlepsza. Maybe we should keep the Colossus over Titan, not sure. Keep the Boseiju for a talisman, but it's not looking good. I think I should have a better shot trying to draw an amulet rather than playing out this Lotus Field. Casting Dismember now. Don't want to cast it before they actually tap out or tap down. I cast Ritual, I cast Past and Flames, I guess just to get it into the graveyard. Fair. Make a fair Titan actually okay. Alright.
He's a phenomenal control player.
The Zuva would have flat.
What be like mods are asleep, unban everything.
Summon one. Bojuka. Worse than simply drawing a forest and playing the Titan, but I guess I'm not gonna complain all that much. I think Grazer is really bad now. Probably don't want to play 4. Because I only ended up playing 4 Grazers because I played against Energy all the time, and that was a matchup where Grazer's blocking was actually good. No Vesuva to bounce the bog? No. I want to keep Vesuva for... No co jest, kurwa, Blood Moon jakiś? Czy co ty przyzywasz? Galvan Grill, yeah, okay, that's fine. Vesuva better in my hand to copy Valaku, that was the idea, but my Titan got statically prisoned. They exiled. Prison, resolve. Okay. Ring made up for cards advantage, yeah. Boseiju is sick here. I mean, Boseiju is just Titan, like, I mean, that's my default. I just don't guarantee winning on the next turn. That's my concern here. This is static prison, which doesn't matter. But doesn't seem like I can do any better than that. Boseiju also gives them a mana, which is not ideal either. So maybe Otawara was actually better. Well, protection, I just want to kill my opponent. They are playing Storm. I'm gonna cast 3 draw spells next turn. I am dead 2 turns from now. If I'm not dead instantly. I considered Cage in the sideboard. No. It would be pretty funny to play Cage in a GSZ deck as well. Probably could tap slightly better. Have the zap for for whatever they could play. Monomorphose, Biff in Flames. Okay. No extra mana still so far, so that's good. Rents Resolve, 1 ritual, but no cost reducer. Monomorphose. Can we ban Titan already for GCS since Kek 10 minutes? Are we dead? Well, not necessarily. Opponent has 3 mana, 4 mana. And they're thinking hard. It seems like if we were dead, they would probably click the cards that kill us. In fact, my read is that I'm likely not dead, but we'll see. Not dead. It's funny that this is Exile Zone can be played, but Static Prison can be played, but it is not in the Exile Zone can be played actually. It's well outside of it. Single TOS is a bit of an issue. I guess I cut the GSZs because Storm is not a grindy matchup, but then the game went in a grindy direction. I mean, maybe they won't hit more rituals. And then I'm good. Also, how many more lands can they have? More. I somehow make Urza's Cave fetch a bog with Pezuva in hand? I don't think so. Because I need a bounce land plus Gruul Turf plus Lotus Field to get to a situation where I have a Urza's Cave ready to fetch a Echoing Deeps to sub for Bog. Which is greatly inconvenient. What if I Otawara Titan? Doesn't do anything. Pretty awkward situation all around. If we hold up Urza's Cave for Barrow Downs, I think we're okay, but dobra, już tam sobie wypierdzi jakieś tam triczki. I did board out GSZ, it seemed not good against the matchup. But honestly, seeing it a little bit in games, I'm super underwhelmed and it kind of sucks. Grazer sucks now.